not a good hold because I believe the replica market is so prevalent on
I
them.
was a part of that replica market.
For real? You were flipping reps?
Yeah.
Dude,
it was so easy. It was the ones.
Don't admit that.
I don't care. It was a money jig.
Yeah, yeah.
It's Travis ones are hard to find.
Were you doing it on StockX?
Yeah, it's not my fault.
Does StockX sell fake sneakers? My answer to this question that would not lead to legal consequences is there's a very high probability that StockX has authenticated fake sneakers, and there's also a high probability in this hypothetical case that it is not intentional, neither of which I could confirm myself, although Nike has in fact made the claim that StockX does indeed distribute non-authentic sneakers. You see, while the overwhelming majority of sneakers that are passed through are most likely authentic, we're dealing with a rather enormous sample size here. Hence, given that humans work at the authentication centers, and given that humans are imperfect and often inept beings, it is highly probable that there are some outliers to this. Now, why are we discussing this, you may ask? Well, Nike has made some pretty bold claims, as I quote from Nike's memorandum of law in support of its motion for leave to file a first amended complaint filed on May 10th, but despite StockX's numerous guarantees of authenticity, Nike recently obtained 4 confirmed pairs of counterfeit Nike shoes, which were purchased within a 2-month period on StockX's platform. StockX affixed its verified authentic hang tag to each pair of counterfeit shoes and included a paper receipt in the shoebox stating that each pair of the counterfeit shoes is 100% authentic. Yikes! Nike's words, not mine. Just to paraphrase that statement that Nike made, Nike is making the claim they obtained 4 confirmed fake sneakers purchased within a 2-month period. Now, this isn't Yeezy Busta or some other individual who claims that they could spot fakes. This is Big Honcho themselves. Nike is making this very bold claim. May I remind you that Nike literally has access to every fine detail of production materials, details regarding what's inside the materials, a lot of that the majority of people would not have access to. With that said, it leaves us with the possibilities that this is most likely an accurate claim, or hypothetically deliberately inaccurate, which would be an extremely notable risk for Nike to take. As I quote from that same document, StockX is knowingly deceiving consumers with these false and or misleading statements about the authenticity of the Nike goods for sale on its platform, continuing to engage in such improper and unlawful business practices to attract consumers to its platform and induce consumers to purchase supposedly genuine Nike goods and purchase and trade the infringing Nike branded vaulted NFTs. Now, given these very bold claims from none other than Big Honcho themselves, StockX knew that this was very obviously horrible PR. This statement will inevitably have a negative impact on StockX's revenue as well as their investors. Hence, they actually issued a public statement rather quickly to reduce the panic. However, here is where the catch derives from, and this is where we will truly know, in my honest opinion, if StockX is deliberately selling fakes or not. Assuming StockX believes Nike's statement to be slanderous, then they will create a lawsuit of their own. StockX, however, has made no such arrangements thus far, but we will see what happens. If they were seriously considering this, we would most likely see it occur very quickly for PR damage control. So StockX is talking some pretty big game here. They're doing more than doubling down. They're trying to win this PR war for sure. Will they open a slander case though? That's the question you should be asking. Behind the vague charisma, there always lies a hidden truth or a hidden agenda somewhere. Hidden behind the smokescreen of PR, at the end of the day, this statement does try to distract and deviate from the gravity of the claim rather than challenging the claim legally. But we shall see what happens, of course. Now, seeing what they stated about their NFTs, you might be a bit confused if you have not followed the situation thus far. This entire claim derives from an initial lawsuit Nike created that involved StockX's NFTs. Now, Nike has been getting some slack for this, but if you go through the legal documents yourself, as I did, you'll understand why it's actually a rational lawsuit. While you personally might know that Nike was not involved with StockX's NFTs, there have been a lot of people that truly believe Nike was in on this and somehow and potentially even benefiting from these NFTs. Think about it like this. Imagine you own a very innocent business of selling cookies with super unique and abstract flavors. But now imagine, behind your back and without your permission, somebody creates an NFT of each of your unique cookies and flavors. In fact, they didn't even design the images themselves as these NFTs. They actually just photographed your own cookies and are now selling those as NFTs. Now imagine the project owners decide to completely rug pull the operation, causing many people to lose money, and now your innocent cookie brand's name is associated with a scam. Just to clarify, I'm not making the claim that StockX is planning to do anything of the sort. Rather, I'm simply illustrating why Nike has a motivation to not want their name involved. On top of this, it also hinders Nike's own ability to sell their own NFT. Now, I can make an entire video on that if you guys want, but that's not today's subject matter. I just wanted to provide some context. So I know what you're thinking. Well, Keith, it was 4 shoes over an entire 2-month period. Maybe they just had to buy thousands of shoes to get those only 4 fake ones. Well, regardless, the question is, does StockX sell fake sneakers? No matter how few outliers Nike could find, as long as Nike could find even one, the answer to that question, according to Nike, would be yes, of course. It's an important question to ask because some people are not okay with a 99.99% chance of it being authentic when it comes to purchasing extremely expensive sneakers. Unfortunately, though, fakes have gotten really good, and humans, well, we haven't really been improving, to say the least. With that said, what do I have to say? Well, first, this is nothing new. We have all seen callouts on Twitter before, big and small, of fakes slipping through. Whether these are all honest, all slander, or a blend of both, it's up to you to conclude. Just remember, as the sample size grows, the outliers may potentially grow proportionally as well. If you want something to be 100% authentic, in my opinion, you should be buying straight from Nike. After that, your next best bet is retailers, but even some retailers have gotten mixed up in some controversies themselves. But if you do have to pay resale for a sneaker and you really do want it, personally, I still do believe StockX and Go are the best options. Even though humans are not perfect, these humans are highly trained compared to you and me, who are more likely to get scammed in a Facebook group with no authentication center. But anyway, that will conclude it for today. I hope you guys did enjoy this video. Of course, you can feel free to subscribe and enable post notifications. This way you stay 100% updated on all hype releases. Also, feel free to leave a like, of course, and feel free to check out the links in the description below for pre-verified Nike sneakers or Adidas accounts or fast, reliable residential proxies. Also, feel free to follow Endurance's Twitter for updates on restocks or key giveaways, and the same goes for Gargantua if you want to keep up with the progress or restocks. Last but not least, make sure to follow Keith Adam 10 and personals for you. This way, you guys stay updated on all the urgent info. But anyway, I will see you guys later. Have a fantastic rest of your day, and of course, stay safe.